Get ready, ogre achievers, because the swamp is about to get a major upgrade. That's right, we're diving deep into the mud, the myths, and the magic of what could be the most anticipated animated sequel of all time, Shrek 5. The original cast is reportedly back, with Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, and Antonio Banderas all set to return. We've been waiting for this for so long, and it seems like DreamWorks is finally ready to let the ogre out of the bag for a 2026 release. But what will this new chapter be about? After years of rumors, theories, and a whole lot of fanfiction, we've gathered all the juiciest details and most believable plot leaks to paint a picture of Shrek's next big adventure. So, grab your waffle maker, strap on your boots, and let's get into it. The premise floating around is pure genius. The tagline alone gets you hooked. Happily ever after was the easy part. Living with it. That's the real fairy tale. This sets the stage perfectly. We find Shrek years after the events of Forever After. He's no longer the feared ogre or the reluctant hero. He's a full-blown swamp dad. Picture this. Shrek trying to relax in his mud bath, but instead of peace and quiet, he's dealing with teenage ogres. Farkle, Fergus, and Felicia are all grown up, and they're not just little Rory babies anymore. They're rebellious teens, dreaming of a life beyond the swamp. They want castles, they want epic quests, and most importantly, they want Wi-Fi. The struggle is real, even in far, far away. Shrek is tired, a bit grumpy, and probably just wants everyone to get off his lawn, or, out of his swamp. This grounds the story in a reality that's so relatable. The hero who saved the kingdom is now facing his toughest challenge yet, parenting. Now, every great Shrek movie needs a fantastic villain, and this one sounds like it's ripped straight from our modern-day nightmares. Enter a slick, charismatic new sorcerer influencer named Grimm. This isn't your typical evil wizard in a dark tower. Grimm is all about aesthetics, brand, and creating a perfect fairy tale world. He uses his magic to rewrite classic stories, but there's a dark twist. His mission is to erase what he deems ugly creatures from the storybooks altogether. He's basically the ultimate fairy tale gatekeeper, promoting a polished, sanitized version of reality. And when he starts his magical purge, ogres begin to vanish from existence. The stakes get incredibly personal when Shrek's own children are wiped from the pages, disappearing right before his eyes. It's a terrifying concept that also serves as a brilliant commentary on today, as curated online personas and the pressure to be perfect. Shrek isn't just fighting a villain. He's fighting an ideology that threatens the very essence of what makes his world and himself special. With his family on the line, Shrek is forced back into action, and he's not alone. This is where the fun really begins, as the old gang gets back together. The plot descriptions tease a wild, quick-cut montage that sounds absolutely epic. Imagine Donkey, not just as a sidekick, but as a chaotic therapist, hosting group sessions for depressed fairy tale creatures. The big bad wolf complaining about his public image. The three little pigs dealing with housing anxiety. The comedic potential is endless. Then you have Puss in Boots, our favorite suave feline, trying to squeeze back into his hero suit, which might be a little snug after all these years. And Fiona. She's not waiting around to be rescued. She's leading a full-blown resistance movement of warrior princesses, uniting characters like Snow White and Cinderella into a formidable fighting force. The visuals described are insane. Dragons soaring over a neon-lit, almost cyberpunk version of Far, Far Away, hinting that the kingdom has modernized in some very strange ways. The core of the adventure would see Shrek, Donkey, and Puss tumbling through Grimm's twisted, remixed fairy tales. This is where the classic Shrek humor can truly shine. We see Shrek crashing through different stories where he's been rewritten as the villain. One moment he's the monster terrorizing a candy-coated horror movie version of Hansel and Gretel's town. The next, he's the prime suspect in a gritty noir detective district run by Red Riding Hood, who's now a hard-boiled private eye. The jokes are said to fly faster than a magic spell, with the trio constantly adapting to these bizarre new worlds. One of the most hilarious concepts is a musical nightmare sequence where Pinocchio, of all people, is the charismatic leader of a chart-topping boy band, probably singing catchy but soulless pop songs. This journey isn't just a series of gags. It's a quest to find and destroy Grimm's magical story engine, the source of his reality-bending power. This brings us to the climax, which sounds both spectacular and surprisingly deep. Inside Grimm's glowing story engine, the very pages of the fairy tale world are swirling around like a tornado. Here, Shrek comes face to face with his ultimate opponent, a perfect, polished, handsome version of himself, the version Grimm believes the world wants. This idealized Shrek is everything our Shrek is not charming, clean, and conventionally heroic. The final battle isn't just a physical one, it's a battle of identity. Our Shrek has to reject this false ideal and embrace everything that makes him who he is, the mess, the mud, the onion breath, and the grumpy but good heart. In a powerful final moment, he chooses his imperfect reality over a flawless fiction. He lets out one of his classic earth-shaking roars, shattering the illusion. It's a triumphant declaration that being true to yourself is the only happily ever after that matters. The resolution sounds incredibly heartwarming. With the spell broken, his family returns. The final shot is described as a simple, powerful image. One big family hug. And the storybook slams shut on a silhouette of the ogre family, laughing together in their beloved swamp. It's a perfect ending that brings the entire franchise full circle. It's not about changing the world anymore. It's about loving the world you have, flaws and all. The overall vibe is big-hearted, ridiculous, and way deeper than you'd expect from a movie about a green ogre. It's a story about self-acceptance, the beauty of imperfection, and the enduring power of family. It feels like the perfect final chapter for a character we've grown up with and loved for decades. So, what's the verdict on this potential Shrek 5? Based on everything we've pieced together, it's a resounding fairy-tastic 9 out of 10. It has all the elements we love: the clever fairy tale parodies, the hilarious dynamic between Shrek, Donkey, and Puss, and a surprising amount of heart. But it also pushes the story forward, giving us a mature, modern take on these characters and their world. It tackles relevant themes of social media pressure and authenticity in a way that feels fresh and incredibly funny. It's the Shrek sequel we didn't just want, but the one we needed. Now, all we can do is cross our fingers and hope that the real Shrek 5, hitting theaters in 2026, is at least half as amazing as this. What do you guys think? Are you excited for more Shrek? Let me know your theories and hopes for the movie in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite movies. See you next time.